Have you considered running Google adverts for your business? Over the past couple of months, I spent $5,000 across Google's different advertising platforms. And in this video, I'm going to share with you, number one, the lessons that I learned from this running these ads specifically. And number two, the expectations that you could ride by when you're getting started with this advertising journey. For those that don't know, my name is Kenneth Ntende, and over the past 10 years, all I have been doing is educating people about sales and marketing. I run a company called Tremby.com, which is an artificial intelligence tool that literally looks for leads on your behalf and sells to them for you. So this video might make sense more for people in the service-based space, not the product-based space. And as I'm going through this entire video, just have that at the back of your mind that this is more biased to people who are in the service-based space, selling either to individuals or to businesses. But let's get started. So to get us started, I'll start with the lessons that I learned out of my entire experience spending this money in Google Ads. Now, lesson number one is you need to understand the kind of business that you are running. Now, there are two kinds of organizations. There are what they call marketing-driven organizations, and they're what they call sales-driven organizations. Now, an example of a marketing-driven organization are the normal product-based businesses. I mean, if I'm selling soda, like Coca-Cola, I don't need to explain much about the soda. All you do is you run ads, and people come and buy your soda. Say I'm selling shoes. I mean, I just show a shoe, and if the person likes it, they will come and buy it. I don't need a lot of explanation. So the need for the process of selling is not that much. Whereas if you are service-based businesses like we are, it's important that you invest in this process of selling. Why is that? I mean, as an example, if you're an accountant, you will run all the ads you want, but it's not the advert that is going to convert that person into a sale at the end of the day. It is your process of selling. You're going to meet this person, you're going to follow up, you're going to initiate all these conversations. That's what actually converts into real business. Now, if you're a marketing-driven business, over and above everything, invest as much money as you want in ads, because the more you invest and you're selling headphones, you're going to get more and more sales, because, I mean, there's not much explanation needed. Whereas you don't invest as much in the process because it's not necessary. It's not necessary for you to follow up. It's not at all. Whereas if you are a sales-driven organization, it may actually make more sense that you invest less in the adverts on Google, because they're going to bring you all these leads. And yet what actually makes you the money is the process of selling, that in meetings, the follow-up, the re-engagement, the qualification. That's what actually makes you the money. So invest as much time in the ads as, in fact, if you are sales-driven, I would recommend you invest more within the process and the tools that empower you achieve better in that process than the ads. So that's lesson number one. The second lesson I learned out of this entire experience is it's important to understand what the different types of adverts are available on these platforms. Because not all ads are the same. There are going to be ads that are intended for attention. They want to put you in as many people's faces as possible with no consideration of people buying your products whatsoever. If it comes well and good. There are types of adverts that are intended for conversion itself, meaning, yes, they're going to be shown to fewer people, but our intention is we want direct business. We want some sort of result. Maybe people filling in a form, maybe people giving us their number. Then there are types of adverts that are intended for consideration. So before you even get started, first understand what objective are you trying to achieve. Are you just trying to get traffic? Are you trying to get the sale? Are you trying to literally drive considerations? Because the worst thing you can do for yourself is to make an attention advert that will bring all this traffic and you don't get any single sale at the end of the day and complain that, oh, I didn't get any leads, yet this is what I was trying to drive for. So before you do so, seek some kind of advice from a professional. Talk to the marketers. If you have a marketing head, dive into depth and get to understand what are we trying to achieve. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense to go for the conversion ads, especially if you don't have any traffic. Sometimes it may make sense to break down different types of adverts. So Before you dive into it, have a full understanding. Sit down with your team and understand what are we trying to achieve. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you don't want to just throw an advert for the sake of throwing an advert. And it provides result, and according to the metric of the platform as Google, it's succeeding. Whereas in your head, you feel like these guys, their thing doesn't work. So understand that. That was my lesson number 2. So lesson number 3 was optimize for conversion. Google has this thing where they always lead people to some kind of page. So understand, what do I want to put on a page that people are going for? Is it a landing page? Is it a form? Is it a meetings page where they're going to book a meeting with you? So understand what you're trying to achieve and create that page. In fact, for some of these forms and meeting pages, you can find them on Tremby.com, and they have most of these pages, such that now when the person comes to that page, they consume all the information. Don't just send them to your landing page. It doesn't drive to any kind of action. So come up with this result and make sure the page has been built to optimize for that page. So that's lesson number 3. My final lesson for today is understand that content is king. I know many of us that are putting these ads want results, we want sales, but at the same time, the people we are selling to don't want to be sold to. I've seen so many adverts where the person just comes up and says, this is what I do, buy from me. Even you yourself, if someone walked up to you today and just told you are walking and they said, I offer this, buy from me, how often do you buy from them? So shift the narrative up and put yourself in the customer's shoes and ask yourself, what would they want to hear from you in regards to a product? As an example, if I were running a hospital, I would talk about, if you know someone that is struggling with this problem, contact us on this number. Whereas if I went and just told them I have 20 outlets, come and buy from us, they won't come. So understand that content is king, and that content keeps changing, because what works this month may not work next month. So always have a continuous drive to create new and new content. And most importantly, consider the person you're creating this content for and how they would want to consume your content first. Not you pushing what you want to them. I think at the end of the day, it delivers much better results than you would have had if you're trying to force this down their throat. Those are the 4 main things I learned out of creating these adverts. And for those that have stayed around till the very end, thank you very much for staying around. Don't forget, I share a ton of content on sales and marketing. In fact, there's a video on the 7 ways that you can get sales for your business. If you're interested in that, check out the right corner right there. I'm going to tag that within the video, or visit my profile for those of you that are on TikTok. That's all from me, folks, today. Bye-bye for now.